Our today lesson is on the topic variation. We have 4 types of variation, and these are direct variation, inverse variation, joint variation, and partial variation. Let's look at the first one, which is the direct variation. They give a statement like, if x varies directly as y, if x varies directly as y. This can also be presented in mathematics as x varies directly as y. Means that x is not the same as y. So if you have this sign, will change to be equal to k. So you have x equal to ky. That gives us first statement, equation 1. Now this k is what we call constant of proportionality. Constant of proportionality. Now let's look at the second statement. If x varies directly as the square of y. If x varies directly as the square of y. So we have x varies as the square of y. And this gives us x equal to k y raised to the power 2. That gives us the second statement. Okay. Now, looking at the third statement, you have if x varies directly as the square root of y. So this time around, we have the square root of y. So you have x varies as the square root of y. And this gives us x equal to k root of y. Now let's look at the fourth statement. If x varies directly as the cube of y. So this time we have cube of y. This is the square root of y. And they also have square of y. So we have x varies as the cube of y. So it will be x equal to ky raised to the power 3. That's the first statement. Now if x varies directly as the cube root of y. So you have the cube root of y. Then it will be x varies as the cube root of y. And that gives us x equal to k cube root of y. Now let's look at example. If, example 1, if p varies directly as the cube of t. So you have the cube of t. So we have p varies as the cube of t. So this will be p equal to k t raised to the power 3. That's the equation 1. And p is 9.6 when t is 4. So when p is 9.6, t equal to 4, then you just have to do substitution into this equation. If you do that, then we have 9.6 equal to k bracket 4 raised to the power 3. 4 raised to the power 3 give us 64. Now if you solve for k will be equal to 9.6 all over 64. And that gives us 0.15. Then you substitute that into equation 1, into this equation. Now in place of k, you let it to be 0.15. So you have p equal to 0.15 t raised to the power 3. Now they give us when p equal to 150, means that we are solving for t. So if you do the substitution into that, then you have 150 equal to 0.15 t raised to the power 3. By so doing, if you divide both sides by 0.15, then you get our t to be equal to t raised to the power 3 to be equal to 1000. Cube root of that will give us 10. That's how we go about the direct variation. Now solve this and leave your answer in the comment section. Thank you. Meet you next time.